Welcome to Manna at the Tap, a podcast from Tapestry Ministries. Each episode reflects on a daily Bible reading from the Revised Common Lectionary. I'm Gloria, a fellow traveler on a spiritual journey with the Tapestry community, and we refer to the daily Bible reading as our spiritual manna. It nourishes our souls, fostering spiritual growth as we share insights and interpretations that enrich our spiritual lives. Today is Friday, October the 3rd, 2025, in the 16th week after Pentecost during this season of ordinary time. This is a time for us to live an extraordinary disciplined life as we grow spiritually. The lectionary reading is from the Old Testament book of Second Kings, chapter 19. It's a story about how God can fight our battles with our prayers. The king was Hezekiah of Judah. The Assyrian army had laid siege to Jerusalem. The people are in great distress. The Assyrian army is threatening them, and they realize they lack the manpower to fight against the Assyrians. The facts are that King Hezekiah and his subjects are afraid. Hezekiah will send a message to the prophet Isaiah asking him to pray about this grave situation. Isaiah sent back word to Hezekiah. This is what the Lord says: do not be afraid or concerned about the threats from the Assyrian king. I will cause him to doubt himself. He'll hear a rumor, become frightened for his life, and he will retreat to his own country. Once there, I'll see to it that he gets killed. Meanwhile, while waiting for a response from the prophet Isaiah, the Assyrian king sent a message to Hezekiah. He told Hezekiah that the God, that's the small g God, that Hezekiah trusted was deceiving him and the people. This God, this small g God, was spreading a lie that Jerusalem would never fall to the king of Assyria. And what Hezekiah needed to do was to look into the history of the Assyrian army, and Jerusalem would not be an exception. Without responding to the Assyrian king, Hezekiah laid the letter before God and prayed earnestly that God would save the people from the oppressive power of the Assyrians. He asked that God listen and hear how the Assyrian king was mocking the true and living God. And he asked God to use his power so that all the kingdoms of the earth may know that you, Lord, are the only God. One night, the angel of the Lord went out and destroyed the Assyrian army. And when the people woke up in the morning, there were 185,000 dead bodies. The king of Assyria was confused and embarrassed to see that after all his proud boasting, his men were dead. He left Jerusalem without even shooting an arrow over the city. The unstoppable was stopped, and the undefeated was defeated. The prophetic words that the prophet Isaiah had sent to Hezekiah had come true. The Assyrian king returned to Nineveh and lived there. And one day, while he was worshiping in the temple of his God with a small g, two of his sons struck him down and he died. What can we learn from King Hezekiah when we are unsure how to handle a challenging situation? We can also pray to God. God listens to our prayers, and He can help us face life's battles, even when we feel afraid.